Jean-Claude, I want him to be my daddy.
Welcome to the Too Old or Pure Gold Movie Podcast. In today's episode, we're discussing the 1995 martial arts action movie Rumble in the Bronx. The format of our podcast, two Gen Xers rewatch beloved movies from our youth to find out, are they really as good as we remember? To help us debate and ultimately pass judgment, we ask our millennial co-hosts to watch these movies for the first time and help us determine, are they too old or pure gold? I'm your host, Olen Vanderleeden, representing Gen X. Joining me today is my Gen X co-host, Mathew Stockton.
Hiya!
And representing the millennials, we have both Sean and Anthony returning. Hello, guys.
I was going to do the hiya thing.
I did it for you because you're not feeling you poorly.
Now everything feels subpar, Matthew. Thanks for that.
And I just want to note for the audience, this is the same cast as the last episode, Bloodsport. We're doing them back to back, reuniting the group to see if Jackie Chan can do better than JCVD. 8 years after Bloodsport, this movie was. Before we get into it, just a reminder, we need your support to grow this podcast. So please remember to follow us on social media and recommend us to a friend.
Or two.
Or three.
But not far.
Today's movie is the 1995 martial art action movie Rumble in the Bronx, starring Jackie Chan in what I think was his first successful U.S. movie. The movie was directed by Stanley Tong. Stanley Tong is a Hong Kong director best known for his high-octane action films, particularly his collaborations with Jackie Chan, where he blends daring stunts, martial arts, and international settings. His work helped launch Jackie Chan's Hollywood career with this movie and First Strike. The tagline from this movie poster is, well, actually there's nothing on the movie poster. I checked with IMDb and they list the tagline as "No fear, no stuntman, no equal."
I wrote a tagline for this movie.
Oh, good.
Do you want to hear it?
Of course I do.
Please.
Jackie Chan fights crimes, leaps between buildings, and takes an entire biker gang, all while clearly not being anywhere near the Bronx.
Hilarious. IMDb describes the movie as a young man visiting and helping his uncle in New York City finds himself forced to fight a street gang and the mob with his martial arts skills. And for those of you that have not seen the movie, I asked my 93-year-old dad to watch Rumble in the Bronx and summarize the plot, and I promise you he did a better job than IMDb. Listen to this.
Rumble in the Bronx. Well, this is first and foremost, and perhaps totally, dedicated to martial arts. We see many funny situations, although not so funny if it were real. You may wonder why the main character, Ma Hong Kong, is in the Bronx. It turns out that he is there to attend his Uncle Bill's wedding. Shortly before the wedding, a local motorcycle gang starts harassing Bill. He gets injured and he is being taken care of by the hiker's leader's girlfriend and her paraplegic brother, who seems to like Kong. The other vicious crime syndicate, called the White Tigers, are going after the original bikers gang because they have stolen a lot of diamonds. So this is the ideal reason for an ongoing series of martial arts demonstrations. Anyway, after a complicated series of situations, Kong gets involved in chasing the Tigers' leader, driving, of all things, a hovercraft, hovering through the streets of Bronx, and eventually the senior Tiger is caught and is arrested with his clothes torn to shreds. Well, if that isn't serious, I wouldn't know what is. So, enjoy the movie. It is unbelievable, but total fun.
I have to agree with Hank there.
Unbelievable, but total fun. That's actually a very good summary.
Be a
yeah.
great tagline for the movie.
I was going to say, I think that is the tagline.
That's a better tagline than Matthew's. Unbelievable but total fun.
You know, it was Anthony who said like he really loved it, but it was when he was young. In the last episode, and I watched this, and I'm like, I can see like being like a young kid watching this, it would be so awesome, right? Like so cool. Now it's like looking at it a little bit. Now it's probably I'm gonna make an assumption that it's cheesier than you remember, but it's just still so much fun.
Well, the whole reason for this podcast is to dig up movies that we remember as being good and see if they really are. So now, Anthony, you can start your own podcast because now you're in the right age zone.
This is what it feels like, guys.
This is what it feels like. So, rewatching it, God, at least 20 years later, what do you think?
I mean, it's not as amazing as I remember it, but it's still a great movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't even come close to passing out like I normally do.
Great. And Sean, you were a little tough on Bloodsport. What did you think of Rumble in the Bronx?
This movie was just fun. It was just fun. Like, is it a good movie? Probably not, but I would happily watch this again.
Why do I like Jackie Chan so much? I absolutely adore Jackie Chan.
He's the best.
Me too.
Jackie Chan's wonderful. I wanted to ask Anthony, did you watch The Adventures of Jackie Chan, the cartoon?
No.
Like, no one knows of that cartoon where Jackie Chan just stars as himself, and it's
I've never heard of it.
wonderful.
Is it new?
Fun.
No.
I'll have to check it out.
We'll have to do that on our TV version of this podcast. No, that sounds like fun. I mean, I haven't said what I thought of it yet. I'm going to quote one of the 10-star reviews where they said, "This is the sort of movie I'm into, lots of punching and kicking without an overcomplicated story." I think that's sort of how I felt about it. I mean, there's a heavy dose of cheesiness in this, and it's almost quaint, because Jackie Chan has refined his model over the years, but this was fun. Nothing but fun.
Yeah, tight 90, and they get right into it, too.
And Matthew, you said, why do I like Jackie Chan? Well, I'll tell you why I like Jackie Chan is, first of all, he just seems to be a nice man, right? And from what I can tell, he really is in real life as well. Okay, I'm going to spoil trivia right off the bat. The scene where he's attacked with the bottles with the bats, they're hitting the bottles at him and he gets cut up. He was very hesitant to put that scene in the film. He was worried that it was going to potentially scare any kids that watch the movie. This is what a gentle soul this guy is, that he can do these movies and he doesn't really lean into the violence.
That scene scared me. I'm like, I'm not used to Jackie Chan being hurt like that.
Yeah,
It
it was
made me
different.
Feel bad. Yeah.
Was different. I think, he, as I said, he's refined his style over the years. He's obviously put out a ton of movies and been very successful. I've got lists of his movies we can talk about later. But yeah, I think he's just got a very nice style. First of all, blending humor with martial arts, I think is fun. I think his style to try to keep it all PG makes it fun for everybody, like a good, fun family movie. And I don't quite know how to put my thumb on it, but he's got this style where in the movie he is scared but not scared. So he's brave, but he never acts like most martial arts movies. The guy stands stoically. It's like, I'm not afraid of you, I'm going to kick your ass. He never does that in his movies.
I was thinking that as well. He's really good at feeling like he's on the edge of control. It's like, I am just barely surviving moment by moment.
Yeah, like I think that he does the best job of any martial art star as blending this, like, I'm almost losing, but I'm just getting away and surviving and kind of moving around and blending like that parkour element. It's not just straight knock out 10 guys in a row. It's the fleeing.
And
Fleeing,
he's
yeah.
one of the best at using the environment as a part of his fighting, which I think is important.
Try to imagine Steven Seagal in a Jackie Chan script, right? Steven Seagal, classically known for never having been hit in any of his movies. He refuses to let anyone land a punch on him in any movie. Jackie Chan just gets the shit beat out of him in every movie.
Agreed.
Yep, I think it's a style. That's why we love him. Okay, so Anthony, I know first time you saw this. Matthew, when was the first time you saw it?
Last night.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're flipping the script.
Yeah.
What a treat.
Throwback episode.
And Sean, you must know this because it's been a family favorite, right?
You know, it's really funny. I was watching this movie and I was like, oh, this is fun. I haven't seen this movie. And then the hovercraft, like, they didn't even use the hovercraft. You just see the hovercraft in the background. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know this movie. I love this movie.
You know, I was once in St. Petersburg, Russia, and we were out in a nightclub all night long, and we needed to ride home, and we saw a hovercraft, and we just flagged him down, and we got him to drop us off at the place we were staying at in a hovercraft.
Did he drive through the city like this guy?
Yeah, but St. Petersburg is all canals. It's sort of like they call it Venice of the North. So we just told him which canal where the house was on, and he took us there. It was so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Well, just to talk about Jackie Chan's career, so he was obviously a big star since he was a big star in China since 1978 when he starred in Drunken Master and pioneered his style, his action comedy style. He did try to break into the U.S. market earlier. So in 1980, he did a movie called Big Brawl, but that is not a good movie. And I think what he tried to do is he tried to mimic American martial arts movies in that movie. So this movie is the first one he did that he was successful in, his second attempt at breaking into the U.S. market. And I think it worked because he did his style and people loved it. And
That's a lesson for staying true to yourself.
by the way, for 3 out of the 4 of us, you'll remember him from Cannonball Run in 1981. Our fifth episode feels like a long time ago now. Okay, so what do you guys think of Jackie Chan compared to JCVD? JC versus JC. Whose martial arts are better?
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah. For
And
movies,
whose acting
yeah.
is better? Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. Yeah.
But who has a nicer ass? Jean-Claude.
Okay.
Look, he had to have something going for him.
Come on, he was pretty, right? That's
No,
that's good.
I can understand.
That's all you need sometimes.
Okay, so
Anthony knows that.
I think I made it this far in life.
Okay, so Anthony and Sean, who would win in an actual fight between Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jackie Chan?
I think Jackie Chan.
I think JCVD.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think he's
Oh,
more like
Matthew is
straight
shaking
up.
his head. Matthew with his martial arts background. Okay.
Just as funny the second time.
That was more real than any of JC's acting.
It's true.
So, Sean, this question goes to you. Was the acting better in this movie or Bloodsport?
Oh, this movie by a long way.
And that's really saying something.
And that is saying something because it's not amazing acting.
Wow.
I love how bad
Okay.
the acting is in this movie. Like, it almost feels like everyone's just so over the top that it works.
I do think it helps that they know it's over the top.
The kid in the wheelchair was the worst.
Yeah. But, okay, here's a question for you, Matthew.
My
Was
cushion.
this kid worse or the flashback from the last one?
Oh, the flashback kid in Bloodsport?
Yeah.
No, that kid was worse. That kid was worse.
Yeah,
That kid
was...
should have been in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
Jesus.
Whoa. I can't associate
Calm
with this anymore.
down. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'm all fired up. I've had a double cappuccino. Okay, well, Jackie Chan, I'm just going to tell you, he had over 150 films so far. He's done 2.5 billion at the box
So
office.
far, at this point in time?
Yeah, no, not at this point of Rumble in the Bronx. I'm talking today. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
going over
All
his
time.
career.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm just talking about how successful he's been. He's done 150 films so far, 2.5 billion at the box office, so he's bankable. He's got a 400 million net worth, and Sean and Anthony just note he's not leaving any money to his kids because he believes they need to find their own way.
That's the way to do it. Have you guys seen the movie The Foreigner with Jackie Chan?
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say
so good. Isn't
Mathew,
that a great movie?
that is my favorite Jackie Chan movie.
That it's a more serious role. Like, it's my favorite Jackie Chan movie as well. And it's incredible. Like, my favorite Jackie Chan movie is he's like in his 70s, right?
It's great,
Or what-
but
I don't know, but he's great. Yeah.
But note how he can act. So we might make a little bit of fun of him in some of these movies where he's hamming it up. But
Yeah.
in The Foreigner, he is so good. His grief is believable.
Yeah, he's so good.
I would even argue you can see it, like the signs of it in this movie, because, yeah, he's hamming it up, but that's, like, intentional. Like, that's like
Yeah.
his vibe in his acting. It isn't him hamming it up because all he knows how to do is open his eyes wide, like a certain other actor.
It's the shtick, right? Yeah.
Well, let's not beat up on JCVD too much. I still love
I
him.
thought that's why you invited me. Sorry.
It is why I invite to be the contrarian. That's your role in this whole gang. Okay, let's talk about who is the greatest of all times. We did this movie because we started the discussion of, you know, who really is the best martial arts movie person. And when we're talking about martial arts movie, I did a quick search. What are the best martial arts movies of all time? Enter the Dragon generally is regarded as the top, but actually Jackie Chan's Drunken Master is also considered one of the best. So according to the popular vote, he is near the top as well.
Yeah, I mean, all respect to Bruce Lee, but I think those movies are held with such nostalgia that it doesn't really do it justice to a guy like Jackie Chan. Like, from these movies, all the way up to like through Rush Hour, even just the choreograph that he does, it's just phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. Yeah, and the guy is so flexible.
I think it helps that like Jackie Chan is trained in quite a few martial arts, but like his original school was like almost like a drama school that taught a bunch of real martial arts. But because of that, like his entire career of learning martial arts was around making them look good on TV as well. Like he has the core of martial arts and then the core of making them show on a TV screen. Where a lot of the other actors are good martial artists who then try and be actors.
Although I have to say he's gotten way better, but the punching, you know how you do a movie punch and you just barely miss but make it look like you hit, they were a mile away on this one, so that
There were some I saw.
some work. Okay, well, I really think we need to do Enter the Dragon at some point just to round out this topic. So we'll put that one on the list and bring the same crew back. But okay, martial arts movies top rated on Rotten Tomatoes. So Mathew, number one rated on Rotten Tomatoes, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, 97%.
With Michelle Yeoh. God,
Yeoh.
I love that movie. Yeoh. She's
Yeah.
so cool. I love that woman.
I love her too, but just not that movie. Once Upon a Time in China with Jet Li is number 2 at 96. Drunken
Jet Li,
Master. Yeah, Jet Li's great. Drunken Master is 3rd at 95. Enter the Dragon is only 4th place according to critics, 94%. And Sean, one for you. The 5th place is Ip Man at 90%.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk.
What about Fist of Fury? It's not in there at all.
Well, it's not the top 5 on Rotten Tomatoes.
What is that movie where it's in China and it's like total over the top, like a kung fu movie? It's pretty recent, like 2000-ish. Is that ringing a bell to you guys?
It is not unless you're talking about Big Trouble in Little China,
No.
which is excellent.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Quickly, let me just look at the box office. So top 10 by box office. So Kung Fu Panda is number 1 at 521. Karate Kid, the remake with Jackie Chan, is number 2 at 359. Sean, Ip Man 4 is the 3rd at 238. Crouching Tiger is the 4th. And then Ip Man 3. And then Anthony, for you, Ong Bak is number 8.
Yes.
Ong Bak is probably my second favorite all-time martial art
Ong Bak
movie.
is really good because he brought, what's his name, Anthony?
Tony Jaa.
Tony Jaa brought a completely different style.
Yep.
Yeah. Found it all in its Kung Fu Hustle.
Mathew, who's your favorite JC? Is it Jackie Chan or Jean-Claude?
Oh,
For what purpose?
You decide. You decide.
Say viewing pleasure.
this is interesting because we're figuring out what Mathew values more, substance or looks.
Jackie Chan, I just adore him. I literally want him to be my dad, right? And Jean-Claude, I want him to be my daddy.
That is the opener.
That is the opener. Yeah. Hey, Mathew, you did Running Man with me. Did you notice that the gang leader had Opera Man's car from Running Man? Not exactly, but it looked like it. I was laughing.
It kind of did, actually. You mean that Pimp-mobile?
Yeah, the Pimp-mobile with all the lights. It was like some kind of four-wheeled ATV. Anyhow, maybe I'll ask Sean this question. You seem like a guy that can answer this. Why do bad guys use diamonds as currency and not cash?
They're actually hard to use. They actually lose their value. Diamonds aren't even rare. They were just controlled. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got them on my saw blade. How rare can they be?
The simple answer is it sounds cool.
Okay.
Diamonds.
And anyone on the panel here, can you tell me what those bad guys were buying with those diamonds?
Rep.
More gloves.
Okay.
He needed a high quality coat.
If you were the cops in this situation, would you keep one diamond?
I think back then they did, for sure.
I think you'd have to.
I think most police.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what you would do with.
I
the
think
diamond.
with my cop training, I wouldn't. Right? Like if I was suddenly a cop, I probably would because I do not want to protect and serve. So yeah, I would.
Okay, let's pivot into best parts. I can start it off. So this list is not in order, but I loved the uncle character and his wife. So fun.
Hey, they were just happy.
The American Dream.
Mathew, the kids won't know this. Maybe you won't either because you lived in London, but I was so nostalgic to see A&B Sound in the background. A&B Sound was our big record store when I was a kid.
Here in Vancouver?
Yeah, here in Vancouver.
Ours was Sam the Record Man.
Anthony, I feel like you can appreciate this. Ponytail bad guy.
Oh, so unlikable.
But we're doing best parts. We're doing best parts.
Come on.
I added in best parts.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna interrupt then. The building being pulled down.
Oh, yeah?
As ridiculous as that scene is,
Yeah, it's fun.
I
Okay.
had a lot of fun with that.
I agree
Yeah,
with...
it's sort of sometimes just destruction on a scale like that is just fun, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm sure Anthony would have something to say about the quality of that building because it came apart like paper mache.
Yeah.
I also...
Papier-mâché.
Also, how deaf are you that you let them put so many chains up? Like, they must have been, going through the store, cooking chains up for like 15 minutes and they didn't hear anything.
Also, the bad guys are definitely not engineers because they had hooks on railings. and they had two of their hooks on the same railing.
Yeah, I don't think that staircase had any structural integrity.
I don't think so either.
I want to know where the second floor came from too, because like the whole first half of the movie, the big room is in the back, and then the second half on the remodeling, she just installed stairs. I don't know. Struck me as odd.
I think he was up there the whole time, but there was no staircase, so they didn't use it. So
I think my favorite parts were like all of the fight and stunt scenes because I like them.
Yep.
Right. Like honestly, this movie is in reality it's a vehicle for those scenes, right? like that's what it is, right?
Well,
and Jackie being Jackie. And I think I realized why I like him. He's charming, he's kind, he's funny, and he's tough without ever being macho, right? He's just like all those things. And the hovercraft finale is so ridiculous that it's glorious.
Okay, can we stop for a moment talking about the hovercraft? Because
Yes.
I love the idea that the cops in New York were like, you know what? We're going to spend the time and money to fix this hovercraft, to give it to a bunch of civilians, to pick up civilians that weren't even here, so they can go and run down the main villain that we know where he is and could just arrest. Like, it's so ridiculous.
yeah, Matthew, where is the white sand beach in the Bronx?
Well, where are the mountains in the Bronx? There's so many scenes where there are mountains in the background.
Well, I have to say, based on this movie, the Bronx looked beautiful.
Yeah, I'd move there.
White sand beaches, big golf courses, mountains. I would totally
Mountains.
live there. Okay.
Sorry, a great scene for me is the Lambo sword. When he
Lambo sword,
steals the sword and rips it in half. Like, what a smart...
We won't talk about the physics of it, but...
Hey.
He had it pinned with his foot, Sean. That would work.
he is very strong.
Okay, I'm going to rattle off mine so I don't take too long. Cops smoking cigars at work. I think that's awesome. We need more of that. I like Jackie Chan's iconic black tank top. And the stunts that he does, fridge door hit, is amongst my favorite. When you clobber the guy with the freezer door. And bloopers. So doing the outtakes at the end of the movie, I think, is so fun. And
What a
by the
weird
way,
choice of bloopers. Like that one was interesting because they chose to show how many people they injured. It was less like the funny things, and it was much more like how many people did we hurt permanently. Though Jackie Chan's giant shoe was funny.
He really does these stunts. We all know that about him, and he gets hurt doing these movies.
But isn't it a thing where like eventually the reason his movies become more toned down is because his net worth got so high he couldn't get insurance?
Yeah, I don't know that, but that sounds right. I believe it. I just want to mention on the bloopers that Jackie Chan, you know where he learned this? He learned it from Hal Needham, who was the director that did Cannonball Run. So Hal Needham was a stuntman that did movies in the 80s. He did a whole bunch of movies like Cannonball Run that did really well, but he was known for doing bloopers at the end. I think he pioneered that.
One thing I really like about the fight scenes they did in this, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like every time someone is hit or they hit something, there's like a little cloud of white dust. And it makes everything look so much better, I think.
I did notice that.
Well,
the fight scene's just very well choreographed. Like, you know, it's him against people who don't necessarily know how to fight, which I like sometimes, you know, two martial artists going against each other, but they were for favorite scenes, I would actually target the fight where he finally went and took the fight to the gang in the bar with like the fighting around the arcade machines and all that, like just really fun choreographing there. And is that the one with the going through the shopping cart? There's some ridiculous.
Yeah, the shopping cart. Like, why go through it? Why not just push it out of the way? But anyhow,
because you're Jackie Chan. If you were cool enough that you could go through a shopping cart rather than around, would you not do it every time you could?
Imagine you do that at the grocery store.
Okay, so circling back to Anthony's point about the fight quality, the one thing I will say is the slapping sounds. Every strike, the sound effect was a slap, which was a little bit jarring.
Are we doing worst parts?
I'm just pivoting to worst parts now.
Sorry, the man-made came because he left his phone here yesterday. I had to give it to him.
That's okay. Mathew, lead the way. Worst parts.
So I'm not okay. I was texting you last night, Olen, going, what is with the dubbing, right? The voice, and then after a while I'm like, it's so bad that I actually think it's part of the charm of the film.
Well, I texted back immediately. Why were the white guys dubbed? Because they got Vancouver actors. And then they dubbed Vancouver actors. But Mathew, you told me to come ready with an answer, and I did. I looked it up. So there's two reasons why they did it, apparently. Number one is that even the white actors, they like to have a Hong Kong style. And I kind of get it when I hear that, because they do have sort of a quick way of speaking and abrupt pauses between sentences, not a natural way of speaking. So they wanted to do that. But the biggest reason is they say it's cheaper to just dub everything than it is to break out individual parts and do ADR.
Put some effort into it, boys. The other worst parts, the plot is total nonsense. There's no reason for diamonds, gang wars, and hovercrafts be in the same movie, but here we are. And
he found himself in an international syndicate.
The gang feels like extras from Double Dragon or a Sega CD game, right? It's like total costume mayhem. Oh, and the scenes where they're in a nightclub, if you look I always love bad nightclub scenes, right? Or bad like fight scenes. If you watch the people in the background, they're just doing like the director said, just do this constant movement so it looks like it's fun and busy. Like, or people going, yeah, go get them. You know, their arms are in the air, like they're not even dancing. They're just, You can tell they've been doing the shot like 15 times. It's been 7 hours, and they just like don't want to do it anymore.
Okay,
that was pretty bad.
Matthew, just to counter that, I got a friend, and I'm not going to name him here, but
you have a friend.
When he, it's you.
It's you, Matthew.
But when he doses up on ecstasy and goes to a party, he does that exact dance move for 8 hours nonstop.
I can see Alvin doing that.
Hilarious. Okay, we've mentioned it 3 times already, but it deserves another mention. I have in worst parts the hovercraft as a getaway vehicle. It's not really that practical.
What did they think was going to happen? They were just going to stop chasing them?
Hilarious. Although it does look like a good tool for removing paint from a car.
I mean,
So-
let's be honest. That crime syndicate group was like the worst fixes ever. They just walked into every scene, shot a bunch of things, got the cops' attention.
Yeah, I don't think the black limos aren't the best getaway vehicles.
So for worst parts, it's all the villains because they were all inept.
I like them, to be honest. I
they're
liked how
fun.
they had their own little, like, these 6 tough guys. They're all big and brooding, and then they got the bikers, and they're all, like, kind of goofy. They all have their own little, like, niche characters built within them. I don't know. Kind of made it all seem like there's different layers to it all.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
let's
me.
be honest. The charm of this movie, in many ways, is some of the badness of it.
Yeah, I'm
for sure.
That's
Definitely.
a cult classic.
Definitely. For sure. Okay, favorite lines.
Oh, so what my favorite line is, because it's said with absolutely no irony in it, because it's so obviously Vancouver. You better be careful, mister. This is the Bronx. I'm like, no, it's not.
Well, I know that they had concerns about the mountains in the background and how they were going to get rid of them. And Jackie Chan's direction was, he said, just let them focus on the action. Nobody will notice.
We did.
We did, but
I
we live
mean,
here
to
too.
be fair, we're specifically watching these to be critical.
To be fair.
Favorite line. So two lines. One, after he beats the biker up and he says, "Don't come back. I'll beat you up every time." Just the way he says, "I'll beat you up" is hilarious. Not "I'll kick your ass" or anything like that. And then after he kicks the shit out of him and he's walking him out of the store, he goes, "Mind the stair."
Yeah, I like that part.
I did enjoy that one. I also enjoyed "You don't need diamonds in the bathroom."
I didn't catch that one. That's good.
I beg to differ.
Isn't my sister pretty? Oh, well, not now.
Yeah, that was good.
That was pretty
good.
good.
Okay, did you guys like the kid character or not?
No.
Felt a little forced, but you needed that kind of to bring him into the world, I guess.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to hear how this movie did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, according to Box Office Mojo Worldwide, Rumble in the Bronx was the 51st highest earning movie at the box office in 1996. Independence Day was the leader at the box office this year, and Rumble in the Bronx was also beat by an amazing movie called The Rock. It was beat by Stallone's movie Daylight, which we have to do one day,
No, we don't.
and it was also beat by Tin Cup.
Ugh.
Rumble in the Bronx really didn't do that badly, and by comparison, it beat out, this is going to shock you, Matthew, it beat out Fargo, Kingpin, and Sling Blade, which I say are all excellent movies.
Fargo is a very good movie. I'm surprised this beat Fargo. But
It did. Braveheart was the Oscar winner this year, and I know there's a lot of diehard Braveheart fans out there, but really, is that the best picture? Anyhow, I'd rather watch Rumble in the Bronx over Braveheart.
Yep.
And Rumble in the Bronx won the Best Action Film at the Hong Kong Film Awards in 1996. There was no way it was going to get any Oscar love for sure. So this movie, I'm actually surprised how high the budget was. It was $7.5 million. I think it was $6 million on hovercraft and $1.5 million on the rest. How do you think it did at the box office?
I think it was hovercraft and tearing a store down.
The store was probably expensive. Also, the fees on paying for Jackie Chan's health bills.
Oh, and being able to go down Expo Boulevard in the middle of the day with a hovercraft, Matthew, that's got to be a little expensive.
Yeah, I'm like, that's my street. That's like literally in front of my building. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So that's got to be expensive. Anyhow, $7.5 million. How do you think it did at the box office?
I'm gonna say 30 million.
25.
22.
Matthew, 32 million. Good job.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, that's not a bad return on a movie. It's not what he's doing these days. These days he's doing hundreds of millions on all of his films, but still. And in 1995, the year this came out, it was the most profitable film in China.
Wow.
Okay, so this is the fun part. Rotten Tomatoes. We get to find out if critics are snobs and if audience really loved it. And before I ask your guesses, I just want to know, do you think audience or critics is higher for this one?
Audience.
Because sorry guys, I'm just waiting for this car to go by. This ambulance.
Matthew, flush your Coke.
No, you just snort it really fast. Because you're asking the question, it says to me that the audience scores higher because I would have assumed the critic scores higher because I would have absolutely assumed the audience. You're asking the question, which is giving away the answer.
Okay.
I'm in Matthew's. My first.
I knew
guess
it, but
would
I had to
be-
go for it.
Okay, well, just give me your guesses then, critic and audience.
Well, you kind of you helped us along here.
Sure. I still don't think you're going to get this one.
Audience. Well, if it's lower, because I was gonna say.
No, I didn't say it was lower. You can assume that's why I asked
assuming
it.
it's lower. I was gonna say the audience would have been 75, and I would have inversed it. So I'm gonna say that audience is like 69, and critics is 79.
Okay.
I think audience 83, critics 55.
I think audience is going to be like 75. In critics, let's go like 78.
Okay. Critics, 81. 81% of critics said get out and see this movie, and we'll see what Siskel and Ebert said about it. Audience, 65. I was shocked. I was shocked that the audience didn't love it more. This, to me, movie critics are snobs. They don't like comedies. They don't like martial arts films.
Yeah.
So I was surprised.
Olen, because if you didn't give us the hint that it was higher, I just all I did in my head was inverse what I was going to say, right?
Yeah, I know. I helped you guys along. Anyhow,
But that's cool.
Mathew, you got a 6, which is obviously a very good score. Anthony, you shit the bed with a 54, and Sean, you were a 13. But
Respectable, Anthony.
But Anthony's guesses were what I would have guessed if I was playing this game. Okay, his most successful films in North America, in order by box office. So I gave you worldwide before, but in order, U.S. Karate Kid, number 1. Rush Hour 2 is the second. Rush Hour 3 is third place. And Rush Hour is fourth place. So that...
Do you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
When I was a young, punk, Mohawk teenager, somebody threw a pickle against the window in the Burger King, and we were teenage troublemakers. And the store man, and I didn't do it, but the store manager told me to wipe it off, even though I had nothing to do with it because I was a kid with a mohawk, so therefore I must have done it. And I had all of my friends in hysterical fits of laughter because I got up and I was looking at the manager and I went, "Wax on, wax off."
Hilarious.
It was quite funny.
The Pickle Master.
In contrast to my last statement, most successful Jackie Chan box office in China, in order from largest, is Kung Fu Yoga in 2017, Dragon Blade in 2015, Skip Trace, a movie called CZ12, and then Karate Kid in the 5th place. So very different audiences.
Interesting. I feel like we need to find for this show one of Jackie Chan's movies made in China where he had the most insane stunts ever.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'll put that on the list. Movie trivia, which I didn't really have to look up much because I knew it all. Actually, I know a lot about this film. Filmed in Vancouver. The original name was Rumble in Vancouver, but producers thought it wouldn't sell in the U.S. I think that's fair. We all saw from the bloopers Jackie broke his ankle jumping onto the hovercraft. The warehouse fight scene took 20 days to film. The biggest challenge was Jackie Chan having to teach local stunt people how to fight Hong Kong style. So, take that, locals.
I just love the idea that he had to teach everyone else how to fight for his movie.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
The director, Stanley Tong, was also a stuntman. He did many of the driving stunts in this movie, and he did the original test for the parkade jump.
Wow.
So he's no pussy, that guy. This was the first R-rated movie released in China.
Whoa.
And now I want to move to the next category, which is woke or joke. And did you guys find anything that we can complain about in this movie that didn't age?
I mean, the truth is everybody was a caricature. Every race was a caricature. So it was equally sort of offensive. So it doesn't matter. It all canceled each other out. You know what I mean?
That's Mathew. That's such a great way of putting it, because I looked at it and I go, okay, I could nitpick a few of those, but it seemed all even-handed, and somehow it didn't seem offensive, the offensive stereotypes.
It was light, good fun. When the guy hits the one woman, the other woman just punches him in the face. So it's like great. And like when the girl's like dancing in the cage with the what is that, a tiger?
Oh.
She's just like confident sexual woman. You know, it's not like, you know, it's all harmless, all of it. Yeah.
I'll tell you an interesting story about the tiger, Matthew. I actually recognized the tiger actor in this movie. And I was absolutely right when I looked it up. That's a local Vancouver tiger that belonged to a stripper called Jane Jones in the early 90s. So,
Wow. And was the tiger in her act?
absolutely. That's how I recognized it.
I don't understand strip clubs.
Yeah. Well, I'll explain on one day.
Yeah, you don't get to. Anyway.
You're looking for a
Easy.
brothel, Matthew.
Well, like, why, like, get right there to the edge and not be able to finish up, right? Like,
That's the allure.
That's the story of my life. Okay.
oh, sweet Jesus.
Let's go into the reviews. So for this movie, there were 14 10-star reviews out of 124 total reviews. Jawase says, when I'm confused in life and I don't know where to turn, I often think to myself, WWJD, what would Jackie do? Well, he'd steal a hovercraft. He'd make survival fun and visually stimulating. It's important that we all take a moment out of our day, step back and think to ourselves, how can I be a little bit more like Jackie?
True.
That's fair. Basco says there's only one real action hero, that's Jackie Chan. This movie is one of his best. Non-stop action, non-stop fun, a masterpiece. Ryan B. claims Jackie Chan is one of the world's greatest martial arts actors in the world. D-Racer 2 says this is perhaps the greatest cinematic ride ever put to film. Nothing more to be said. And then he continues. Absolutely entertainment from start to finish. Jackie at his best, if only time could stand still. And this last one, Bob Dang Dole says, nowadays kids probably won't like this, but for us 80s kids, this is pure magic. Well, I disagree. We've got our millennials here who seem to enjoy it, so he is incorrect. Okay, well, let's hear from people who liked it less. And honestly, I always wonder, this is where I find the one-star reviews interesting. Like, who can't like Jackie Chan? Who's going to rate it a 1 star?
Some dick.
There were 2 people compared to the
dicks.
14 that rated it 1 star. Let's find out what these freaks have to say. A review titled Horrible Stereotypes says, what more can I say about this film? It's called Rumble in the Bronx, filmed in Vancouver. There is a stereotype portrayed that everyone in this film is poor and the borough is a slum. Firstly, when the movie was released, the Bronx was and is rising. Secondly, not everyone in the Bronx is insane as shown. It's sad to see a place where many prestigious people have lived is portrayed in this manner. If anyone wants to see a better view of the Bronx, watch Finding Forrester. Where do you think this guy lives? And when there's only 2, I get to read them both. So Germ Down says, apart from the creative action from Chan, this film is an embarrassment. Do not even waste your time. Jackie's fighting styles can be seen in better films. This was bad. Okay, Siskel and Ebert. So we know there was a high critic score on this. Do you guys think Siskel and Ebert appreciate Jackie Chan?
Yeah, I think they both liked it.
All right, let's hear. So Siskel said that Jackie is so upbeat, he called him the Jimmy Cagney of martial arts. He said the movie was full of flaws, but it was really just nothing but pure fun. I think that's fair.
I think that's like the best description of it.
Yeah.
Ebert called Jackie a superb athlete. He said there was no plot, only perfunctory dialogue between action scenes, but praised the humor and respected the fact that it's a pretty PG movie. Both gave it 2 thumbs up. So good call, Anthony. You got it.
I'd like to disagree with that. I think there was a plot. Whether you think it's stupid or not, it was pretty clear. Bad guys got diamonds stolen. Bad guys want diamonds back.
You and my dad both picked up on that. You guys are the astute ones on this podcast. Okay, remake. Does this movie deserve a remake, prequel, or sequel?
That's a weird question because I feel like this movie has been remade.
I don't. Look, the plot was simple as much as there was a plot. So I think there's lots of movies that have similar plots, but I don't think this combination was remade.
No, that's maybe fair. And, in all honesty, it would be fun.
And really, the premise of protecting the corner store, I would have walked away from a shitty corner store in the Bronx and just said, this is not working out.
I mean, she paid a decent chunk of money for it.
I hope it was insured. Okay, so, sorry, back to the question. Remake, sequel, what do you guys think? You want to see one?
I want a remake just because I feel like they don't make movies like this anymore. Like this with the sense of humor and the martial arts. Like, if we could just kickstart that again, that would be fun.
Mathew, what do you think?
I kind of like it. I don't think it'd be remade, but not because I don't like it, just because it's so endearing and kind of a cult classic that I kind of want it just to be left alone, right?
Yeah, I agree. I want it just left alone.
Okay, I agree with you guys. I mean, I think it's just a complete story. They finished it off. I think there's no need to continue it on.
You could do a sequel, though, of him going back to the Bronx.
Just working in the grocery store for a week.
Yeah.
Dealing with shoplifters.
With his cane.
I'd like to see a reality show on hovercraft remake where they bring in this torn and battered hovercraft.
Do they now
and
use
pimp
the
it out.
hovercraft to deliver groceries? Is that the sequel?
I think it would have to be something to do with the diamonds and those bad guys trying to sell the diamonds. No, we're not going to remake this film. There were plans to do a sequel, but they killed it because of bad box office performance. So, I mean, it got a 5 or 6 times on their investment, which isn't bad, but it obviously didn't hit as high as they wanted. But why don't we judge? Is this movie too old or pure gold?
Pure gold. One of the best.
Pure gold for me.
Pure gold.
Okay, I'm going to be the last vote, and I'm going to call it pure gold. A rare unanimous judgment on this. So we did it.
And for the record, I want to say this is an infinitely better movie than Bloodsport.
It is.
I'm going to let the audience decide what
without
they think
without question.
I see them as completely different.
Agreed.
I almost feel like they're different genres. Like, this is so entertaining for a different reason. But Bloodsport, I liked Bloodsport. I loved Bloodsport, actually. Yep. I think it was a great action movie, and the fighting was different.
You're right. It is a different movie. I just think if I had to sit down and I had to pick one of these two to watch for the rest of my life, I'm going Rumble.
I'm probably going Bloodsport.
Wow.
Sean, which one do you pick? You only get one on your island that I know you've probably already bought.
I'm getting Bloodsport so I can burn it. No, Rumble in the Bronx, definitely.
Mathew, which one are you taking to your island?
Rumble.
All right. There you go.
Well.
You're going to have a lot of time on that island.
I might need something for the wank bank, right? There's nothing else to do on a desert island.
That's a very good point.
I'd change it for a very different reason.
Okay.
Now I understand why Olen wants it.
Oh, how dare you? Okay, this was a super fun episode. I'm glad you guys asked to reunite the group and try this again on a different martial arts movie. So the next one, are we doing Enter the Dragon, or are we going Jackie Chan Hong Kong movie, or?
I want to do Enter the Dragon just because it's so huge and
Agreed.
so pivotal. Yeah.
I think we need to round out this topic of the greatest martial artists of all times in movies. We need to do Enter the Dragon. So we'll put that on the list.
And that is like the most iconic of his. I was actually thinking of Bruce Lee movies. I think it's probably Game of Death for me, but Enter the Dragon is the one everyone knows.
Agreed. We'll do Enter the Dragon because it is so highly ranked and talked about. We'll see how it did. Guys, this was super fun. Thanks for joining, and go out and enjoy the day.
Bye.
Will do. See you guys.
Goodbye.